the countryside is my home. That is where my roots are. And I must say, this is where I would like to see my children raise their children, surrounded by the colors and the sounds of nature. So Europe's countryside is part of who we are. Europe's beauty wouldn't be the same without the green of our valleys and hills. Europe's cuisine wouldn't be the same without the quality food that our farmers grow. And Europe's civilization wouldn't be the same without our culture, our traditions, the festivities in the rural area, its hard-working spirit. Europe wouldn't be whole without its countryside. Life in Europe's rural areas is changing. Droughts and floods have hit more frequently and violently. 3 out of 4 European farmers say that climate change already has an impact on their daily work. Globalisation exposes farmers to tougher competition, although it also offers new markets for food and other products. And too many bright young people are leaving to chase jobs and dreams in the city. And infrastructure remains a problem. Where my family lives, I must say we have more dead spots than potholes. And when I want to make a phone call, I know exactly which room I have to go to in order to make the connection. But the tide could be turning if we make it turn together for the better of all of us. Because I'm convinced there's only one Europe. And we can turn the tide together, cities and countryside, east and west and north and south. We see that new solutions and new opportunities are already emerging from within Europe's rural areas. There's a new generation of farmers who are rediscovering traditional farming and food production while bringing innovation to their daily work with mobile apps and using data from satellites. A new kind of tourism is spreading, more respectful of nature and local communities. And families across Europe are now choosing local food production because they value quality and sustainability above anything else. So for millions of Europeans, progress means going back to our nature and rural roots with a brand new spirit. The coronavirus experience could be reinforcing this trend. Our mission is to accompany positive change, to invest in it, to make it kind of the antidote of the negative trends of recent years and decades. Through the years, the Common Agricultural Policy, the CAP, has been Europe's response to the needs of farmers and rural communities, and we must make sure that the new CAP mirrors today's reality and the needs of today's farmers. We know that we cannot act the same way in Andalusia as in Lapland. And even within the same country, different farms have different needs. So we need a policy that understands local needs and works for all, large and small, at all corners of the Union. New resources will come from our recovery plan, the so-called Next Generation EU. It is a plan for our countryside's next generation too. Young people from countryside should be empowered to follow their dreams without leaving their land. And for that, they need good jobs, they expect the right education, they deserve good digital and physical infrastructure. This is what we can do from here in Brussels. Give a vision for the future, set a direction, make resources available, and work together to identify new opportunities, explore new solutions, and replicate the successful ones elsewhere. The future of Europe's local realities can only be shaped locally, and with rural communities, local authorities, and everyone who cares about the future of Europe's countryside. Will lead to a new strategy, a new vision for rural Europe. This vision cannot be prepared in the city for the countryside. So I'm not here to present a ready-made plan for rural communities. Today it is about your ideas and your contribution. This is so important. It won't just be a vision for rural Europe, but a vision from and by Europe, what I'm wishing for. So the European Union will be at the side of the rural community that want to shape a healthy and thriving future. We will be there with support and resources, with a new common agricultural policy, with the European Green Deal and Next Generation EU. We will be with you because a stronger and healthier Europe begins with a prosperous countryside. It's the right moment to listen, to gather all these ideas, and then to embark on a common endeavor. And thank you very much for having invited me to this webinar.